Hello.
Hello. Introduce yourself.
Hi, I'm Loren.
And I'm Brendon. And it's a full moon tonight. And it is nighttime. We're doing a nighttime commentary session for the first episode of Season 3.
And should we tell them where we are?
Well,
We're in my
at us.
apartment, but let's
We're
not
three
disclose the
sailors
location.
on shore
Okay.
leave.
Because I know how weird these people can get.
Arr, feels good
And
to be off that
We're in an
rusty boat, eh?
undisclosed
Mr.
location in my
Marvin?
apartment.
Yes.
Oh, now you know.
What do you want to do for fun,
And
ladies?
we'd like to
I'd like
welcome
do
you
some
to the Season
sketches
3
of
box set.
birthlings.
Yes,
I
welcome.
wouldn't
Episode
mind
1
checking out some
is
antique furniture.
Shore Leave.
Shore Leave. This is the...
What a couple of
So, this is the...
Kickoff,
Yeah.
third season. First time Melissa ever waved her finger in front of her crotch as if it was a penis.
That's not the first time in real life.
No.
Only in fake cartoon world.
Cartoon.
But this is a
Great episode.
fun episode. I
This
really
may
had fun a lot.
be one of my top 10 favorite episodes.
You have
Yeah.
10. I don't think I like. No, I like them all. I like them all. Like I said before, you can't pick a favorite. Like, can God pick one of his favorite animals? I don't believe so.
Right. Giraffe.
No, this is okay. For me, I had moved to LA at this point because after season 2 of Home Movies, we had one of the most, let's say, retarded
Dad,
like contracts wherein Cartoon Network had 3 to 7 years to get back to us if we like after a season, because no one can tell if these things are doing well. No one can really tell if anyone's watching them. And the truth was, nobody was watching them. And I had moved in the meantime from Boston to LA to go and try to sell other shows because I didn't know what was going to happen with this.
Right.
Needless to say, I didn't have any shows.
yeah, I think
I didn't even try to sell these shows because we got another season.
Tell the story about when you're the real estate person.
Oh,
or no, the
right.
landlord.
Yeah, the landlord. Oh, it's funny. In Boston, when me and Loren would be in Boston, we're the only guys that have a TV show. It's it. I mean, like, we're gigantic fish there's not even room for the water. It's, we never exploited this because no one cared but us. But to us, it made a big deal, and the privacy of our little tiny lives. So I come to LA and I'm looking for an apartment, and the landlord
Sorry, Brendon.
goes, well, what so you work? What do you do? You probably work in show business because everybody in the world works in show business. And I say, yeah, I do work in show business. Actually, not to brag, but I have a cartoon. That I co-created. He goes, oh yeah. He goes, oh yeah. 2 other guys in this building have cartoons, and it was
Because I'm not
it was very funny.
Yeah.
And it's true. Everyone where I live in LA has their own cartoon. Or actually now they have a development deal with the Adult Swim, which is not a joke. It's true. Just about everyone that I have ever met has, oh yeah, no, I'm working with Adult Swim on a new show. They will have
I will.
400 shows in development, I believe.
Yes.
And they're all great.
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
They actually have some really cool ones. So I'm living in LA, and what's happening here? We got the fairy princess thing, which is an idea. I remember talking to Bill Broadus, and we were talking about how can we do a Glengarry Glen Ross thing with kids? That was the original idea,
Right.
and it completely did not end up being that at all. And we're thinking, oh, we can have what if little girls are selling, being forced to sell all this stuff? Oh yeah, there's some little Girl Scouts thing. We're not the Girl Scouts, something close to it. So the fairy princesses was something that
how much time do you need? I mean, come on
that we came up with.
Just
And
piece together what I have going on this weekend.
oh, you're watching the episode. You're not paying attention to commentary, are you?
Me?
Yeah, that's the thing. That's the worst thing. That's the thing that I hate when I listen to commentary tracks, when they start watching it and stop talking.
Oh, I was actually listening to you. I was thinking about the Fairy Princess Corporation and how I was trying to remember if we always knew that Benjamin would play the
woman.
The woman.
No, I don't think we knew that. I think we had a woman who was just very gruff, and it's funny when we're writing characters. Half the time, it's like we have the lines and the attitude. We know that they're going to be crappy or nice or whatever. We know that stuff, but we don't have it completely fleshed out until we get in the studio because we know that we'll figure it out on the day. Or we're screwed.
Figure it out or die trying.
Yeah, figure it out or have, a not great episode.
Well, let me
Which
just
has
announce,
happened.
show about a baby.
Oh, that's right. Show
This is
about a
where
baby.
this This is when you start to see the A plot
Right.
pick up about.
And
what-
this is also just such a true thing that it's happened. It happens now as an adult where you do the equivalent of getting set up on a date with one of your friends that you don't like.
Yeah,
at all.
that's.
Where you have to
yes.
hang out with somebody, but it's even worse when you're trapped. This is another scene that I really liked a lot.
Yes. Oh, and the animators
great.
came up with this horizontal split screen, which I think
Yeah.
was just brilliant and it looks so good when they go to close up like that.
Yeah, really cool
Yeah.
crop stuff, and the way that they're highlighting each thing is also just
Yes.
really sharp and fun.
Yeah, and clever. They didn't animate their mouths.
Yes, very clever.
little cheat.
Always smart.
Yeah, just light up the
Save
screen
animation.
for the character that's talking.
Yeah, it's great.
Move their head a little.
Right, and then this is the old this is a walkie-talkie bit that,
Yes.
you can't hear anything with your thumb on the thing.
Yes.
You can't hear anything. Yeah.
It's very funny.
But Sam Cedar plays the character of Fenton, and he made such a hit to us in the party episode. We're trying to find a way to use this crappy, horrible character,
Yes.
and just set Brendon up on like the way that parents do, the way that parents kind of like whore out your children. Like, I remember that happening.
Yeah.
Like you're gonna hang out with this kid, and you're like, that's not gonna, no way, it's not
Yeah.
gonna happen.
No.
I think that's
And what's worse, it's a sleepover, which is the ultimate
you're trapped.
nightmare.
It's
yes.
you're on an island
Yeah.
with nothing but this guy. I remember.
And their family and their bathroom.
Yeah, I remember being a kid and having, their bathroom, the weird beef broth smell in their house, and it's like, what does this house smell like? What kind of laundry detergent are you using? Everything's so foreign.
Yeah.
I hate this place.
Yeah.
Yeah, and you're
Different
just afraid to use the
bedtime.
restroom.
Yeah.
You don't know how to go number 2 like in the
Yeah.
house or something, which is still a problem as an adult. But
Yeah.
but yeah, it's
More of a problem as an adult.
it's more of a problem. Yeah, you just have to.
Everything else gets
eat.
easier and that gets harder.
Oh yeah, I think that's gotten. I think I had a hump where I had a hard time with that, but now it's gotten better.
You push through.
Well, don't do it like that, but yeah, I don't care now. Let's just say
Yeah.
that I'm growing up, and there's certain things that I refuse to care about.
That's good.
I can't let that ruin my life.
Yeah, that's good.
I remember growing up, like, and being nervous about stuff and having that realization that I just can't let the fact that like using the restroom in the public is going to ruin my life. I have to start doing that.
Yeah.
Not that that's a big
Folks at
problem.
home, it's
Yes.
true. You have to start doing it.
You gotta start doing it.
Yeah.
You gotta start doing
You
it.
got to start going to the bathroom.
Not bad.
So yeah, this is also, we were getting better at writing story and better at kind of like the thing that we learned about was the intercut. Just
Yes.
like being able to have paralleling stories.
Yes, this
and
was very
finding-
well constructed
And finding the
episode.
places where they can line up.
Yes.
And then get to the action, like
Yes.
and
and you literally had the two stories collide,
exactly,
which
yeah.
was very clever, very writerly, and it really did add the sort of strong and muscular structure, if I
Right.
may, to the home movie's kind of otherwise sort of loose feel, which is so great.
Yeah, we were always trying to challenge ourselves and figure out, because I think at this point we're like, season 2 is, starting to get to the place, starting to get to a different place. Let's say the show's evolving in some way. It's not better or worse. It's just we're finding a way to do it differently. And for me, I just wanted it to be a little bit tighter than season 2 and just have a little bit more action going on. And this is for me was an experimental episode in keeping action alive.
Yeah.
And it's funny. I'd been watching. I don't remember. Oh, I was watching like some Brian De Palma stuff, and I wanted to have. So that first split screen was like a split screen 3-way thing that I wanted to have. When he does those like paralleling split
Yes.
strings where you're just following
Two
action,
different stories.
and it's
Yes.
like so you're watching the two things happen at once.
Yes.
And I wanted when the culmination of this whole
Sisters.
episode. Yeah, Sisters does
Yeah.
that really great. But I wanted to have that Sisters thing happen.
Sorry, I was just pointing out
Yes,
that,
pointing
that
out.
hilarious performance.
Oh, this is a fun piece of music,
Yeah.
I think too.
Yes, that's right. This whole video was a
FPC,
yeah.
yeah. Oh, I was like, just trying to find like a bad corporate training video.
Yeah, look at that. They even put the little line in there.
Right.
I feel like this was a groundbreaking episode in a lot of animation stuff too. Am I making that up? It seems like they just kind of went to the next
They found
level.
They found a really no. They did in more ways than one. I think this video is perfect. This is such a great. Just having that old crappy with the film effect and all that stuff going on,
And then she's hallucinating.
and then having
yeah.
this moment too,
Yeah.
which is really cool.
Yeah.
It's really creepy, and they
Yeah.
just took it to that next level.
Yeah.
That was also, I think, whoever was editing this one, I believe it was Jack, where he
Right.
he took it upon himself
Yeah.
to slow down the voice
That's
and make
right.
it scarier.
That's right.
But everyone,
Jack Ferriello, a gifted sound effects guy.
yeah, he was just like, I remember.
Sound design.
Yeah, he always ran with it and brought more to the table than you'd expected.
Yeah. All right, here's the beginning of
He's-
the
yeah.
yeah. It's just still trying to hold it together, but it's
Right.
yeah, it's a great.
Oh,
and
but
he-
what I was saying, go ahead.
I was just gonna say it's also really this is a very nice kid-focused episode. It's really like got real
Right.
point of view of real kids, which we didn't. Sometimes we do, sometimes we don't. And it's nice to go in and out of it.
Right.
But it's great, and then yet it's combined with this. We end up in this action sequence.
Yeah, they're
that's-
both being forced to,
It gets more and more like a
right.
crime story.
This is another thing that's always fun to do, is to have two characters pretend to be two different other characters in a scene. So the fake sale pitch
Yes.
thing, like pretend to sell me,
Yes.
and I'm not going to do the thing. That
Yes.
will always work, I think. And I
Yeah.
think we do that very often in improv and in written scenes.
Yeah, that's funny. You're right.
Let's try again.
But I was gonna say the sisters thing.
Yeah.
I wanted to have later on when Fenton catches Brendon watching Fenton's Naked Mom.
Yes.
Which is now a website,
Yes.
fentonsnakedmom.com.
Yes.
Based on, clearly it has to be based on home movies.
Did you see the tattoo thing?
I did see that. Is that a real tattaoo?
I don't think so. I mean, yes.
Oh, by the way,
Yes,
a
it
girl emailed me that she got a Dwayne tattoo on her leg. On her
Dwayne
calf.
as the bug, right?
Dwayne as the bug, and I tried to email her back and tell her how awesome I thought that was and how much I want a picture of that, and hopefully you'll buy this DVD and email me again because I think that's super awesome. That I think it's a great tattoo.
Yeah.
And it's also not the tattoo that I think is going to be overpopulated. I think everyone's going to have that tattoo.
You're
I
just
think
going
it's
to
a
be the
very-
only one.
You're going to be the only one, and I think it's it's going to be very unique. So it's cool that you did that.
No.
Oh, I keep trying to get this one thought out, and it takes me like a million years. And it doesn't even matter at this point. And I realized starting out with that story, it doesn't matter.
The police.
Was I wanted to really badly do a Brian De Palma thing where I had a whole bunch of action taking place where it was crisscrossing, like you would pay attention to the right or the left scene, almost like what's going on right here.
Yes.
Which is
A foreshadowing.
yeah, but we didn't do that. We ended up cutting back and forth.
Right.
And the cool thing was,
Well, until they're both running.
are they both running in
Yeah.
a split screen?
Then it's split screens, and then they
Right.
hit each other, which is so great.
Right, well, that's
They
the whole
l-
thing comes
they
together, and
actually
then-
come together in the same frame.
Right. That's pretty cool.
Yeah.
We're at the act break at this
Act
point.
break.
Act break.
Act break. Look at their holding their angry
Really?
expression.
Really, it's like the Scooby-Doo loops. They're
Yes.
dancing. Yeah.
I had that problem with Dr. Cass. Sometimes
They would hold the expression
They would
too
hold,
long,
yes,
yeah.
after the joke. Oh, I do love
Oh,
this
this is
stuff.
pretty
This
nice.
is great.
It's nothing better than just relationships working this way, where one of them's way too into it and the other one's not into it at all.
Yes, yes.
But I think all those things, still from my point of view, whenever I thought about home movies, it was always that
Plastic sheets.
Brendon.
Because I think I have a really good look, don't you?
All kids, I think, take themselves as seriously as this. They can't articulate this.
Yes.
Like when they're kids,
Yes.
they go through this.
Yes,
Exactly.
yes.
And you do in your own way as an adult,
Yes.
like where you have to.
Are these sheets plastic? That's a
sheets
very funny
plastic,
idea.
yes.
Yeah.
Well, I remember being a really young child and wetting my bed, and there were plastic sheets.
So you were the kid with the plastic sheets.
I might have been. Yes.
Somebody
I'm not
came
so
and
much,
slept at
I'm
your
not so
house.
much the victim. Oh, this is another fun sequence. Yeah.
Yeah. Ah.
That's a very After Effects looking. You know.
It's
like,
true.
You know.
Yeah.
That one where that zoom thing.
Yeah.
Um,
Hey, they got After Effects. What are they gonna not use it?
yeah, I know. What I get. What
It's
is
like $500.
Dogma 95. No After
Only
Effects.
Flash.
Yes.
Why are you doing this to me?
Oh man.
So now it starts to get really bad for
Yeah,
both
the
kids.
best part about an episode like this, and this is one of the good things about working on a cartoon, is that there will be times where me and Loren will go back and forth on, I'm like, okay, I don't buy that this would happen, or I don't, can that character not say that line? I don't think that's right, and and we'll take it really seriously, and really have to have like good arguments, or and just like make sure that the characters have a smart and strong and clear line of thought and all that
Yeah.
stuff. But at the same time, we invent something called the Fairy Princess Club. The Fairy Princess thing that doesn't exist. They would never do it. They don't put kids in bunkers. They don't make them wear wings. That doesn't happen. That's never.
Yes.
I mean, it is an
Legally,
elaboration
yes.
of the brownies where they sell the fortune cookies, where they sell the cookies, whatever,
yeah.
you know, like the Girl Scout cookies,
Yeah.
whatever, or brownies where they would make you sell stuff.
Excuse me, sir. Would you like to buy a fairy cloth?
Which is a part of being a kid, is being forced to sell things. Like that's what I remember, like the walkathon episode.
Yes, right.
You know, I remember having to sell the idea that I would walk to people. I had to sell them on that I can walk, and it's hilarious that kids are brought up being forced already.
Yes, forced into business.
Yeah.
This is also a great scene. I just want to point out this is one of those almost crystal perfect McGurk Melissa scenes where
Yes.
she's just she gets so put upon by him and he so
Yeah.
looms over her.
He is like, yeah, he is the.
Come on. Please, I'll get in trouble.
He's drunk, of course,
Yes.
which is hilarious.
Yeah.
Looks like we're still rolling good. But yeah, he's drunk. He is her salvation,
Yes.
and ends up being later on
Yeah.
their salvation and gets them out of this situation.
That's right.
Yeah.
But he walks away.
Yeah. Looks away. That's a Muppet walk if I've ever seen one. It's like
Oh,
the
big
big
eyes.
that's like my dog Ernie.
Yeah, that's
Ernie's
that
here. Ernie's here in my
Chuck
apartment.
Jones effect,
Yeah,
I
the
think.
Chuck Jones. Yeah.
Gotta get some spare ribs in me.
Jason,
666.
come in, Jason.
Yes.
Jason, it's Melissa.
What else about the beginning of the season? Do you remember, like, Cartoon Network was always cool about... I remember they would,
Everything.
yeah, they would always give us, like... We would kind of ask for, like, or they would say, like, hey, let's wrap up this season. Let's talk about what we liked, what we didn't like.
Mm-hmm.
And they would always say... Khaki would always go, more kids, more McGurk. And that's always kind of,
And you're really
like...
stupid, and I'm really
And this was the year we gave it to him.
This is the year that we started kind of, like, I think this whole season ended up being
Yeah.
pretty solid.
Yeah, it really is.
Yeah.
You're wonderful.
This is an episode that, by the way, that went on the road. This episode got
yeah, talk
accepted
about that.
into the Annecy Animation Festival in France, and I think also a festival in Italy.
This one in Italy, the
Yeah.
the Pulcinella Award.
Pulcinella, that's right. The best,
Pulcinella.
and it was a very complicated award. It was like best characters
Yeah, it
in
was
a
best,
TV
best
show.
characters in an anime sitcom for adult.
Yeah.
adults
So
or
basically,
children,
they had
yeah.
an award for everybody.
Yeah, they found a way to yeah.
In Annecy, it
I
did
still
not
have
win.
It did not win. No.
However,
Yes,
I was there.
and
It played really well. It was a pleasure to see this on a huge screen in a huge theater, and there was I think just French subtitles and the
so crazy.
track in English, and it killed, and it was really satisfying.
That's pretty cool.
So thank you, Annecy.
Yes, thank you. How did you end up getting to go to that? And I
Director.
didn't? Really?
Yes, I think the first and last time that credit has meant anything.
This is a direct Blair
Yes,
Witch thing,
yes.
which was, remember that? That was like a million years ago.
But you know what? Gets a huge laugh, this little shot.
Yeah, I'm sure
Every
at the time now
Yeah,
it's
yeah.
uh, now it would be considered hacky. At the time it was cutting edge
I should be thankful.
because the movie hadn't actually come out.
That's right. And in France, also not hacky.
Okay, Melissa.
Oh, really? In France?
Yeah, plays well.
Well,
That's evergreen in France.
is it really?
Yeah.
Always.
Always
funny.
can do play with.
That's evergreen, really?
Yeah.
Now go.
Well, I should have
Right
gotten.
now, I
I
realize
should have
I've
snuck it
forgotten
in your
that.
suitcase and
Yeah.
checked it out. Oh, this is another thing. Just putting the.
Yeah.
Oh, that was the other thing. I wanted to make sure that they sold all these products that you could later use to
That's
escape.
right, that's
So
right.
for me, I was like very excited about this. Like if
Yes.
you put that in.
Oh, here we go. Big,
Yeah.
big effects shot
Yeah,
there.
this
Thank
is,
you, Damon.
Again, and another.
Damon.
We got two huge movie references right there.
Yeah.
You got
Graduate.
Mariachi,
Yeah.
or the other one after that, and The Graduate.
That's
And
a
this
great
some music
sequence.
also that I did was on a nylon string guitar called El Escapo, and it was really fun for me because I'm doing a terrible job at like flamenco playing, but I'm trying my darndest, and it's cute to see me try.
Mm-hmm.
But I think a really cool little piece of music that was kind of
No, this whole sequence works so well.
yeah, just put
And
it all
it's-
together.
And I hate to say this because, of course, we were doing our best all along, but this is one of those moments where you go like, oh, it's like a real cartoon.
Yeah, right. This is like a thing, yeah.
It's like a show.
Yeah, but this is where like home movies, everyone was like, oh. And I remember when we did this too, and we saw this thing, we were all amazed.
Yeah.
And then we were also kind of scared that, like, oh, did we make the show too slick all of a sudden?
Yeah,
You know?
there was some talk about that. It's
Yeah.
true. I think the answer is no, but I think it's worth worrying about that. I mean,
Yes,
I
I agree.
You have to watch out for that.
I think it's also why would you do something like that to bring everything to? I mean, the reason that we did it was not to change the show. It
That's
was
right.
to make the story work nicely.
That's right.
Okay, it's still working.
Still working.
Yeah. Okay. We're monitoring my Pro Tools at my apartment to make sure that this actually does record. Just in
Right.
case, you
So
know.
it sounds like this when we look over our shoulders.
Yeah. So is it still working? It's still working. Yeah. Okay.
And I just want to say before we pass too far away, that last shot with the car, the lights, and
Damon Wong,
and
yeah.
that rim lighting that they do on the
Yeah.
characters, I love that.
That
They
was
do
so
that
great.
in special. That's like a special occasion.
Yeah.
You know, that's like
a
only for
birthday
special.
lighting.
Yeah, we don't get that, but when it's there, I think that looks so good.
That
if
is
they do a
pretty awesome.
shadow or a highlight.
Yeah, no, and it's the way that I remember. The thing that I remember about the car spinning out was how the light changed.
Yes.
The shadows
Yes.
moved very quickly,
Yeah.
and they were really long.
Really amazing.
And we're back at school now.
Yep.
Positive female influence in my life. I mean, look at how he runs.
That's nice.
Yeah.
I like this the idea of like him at a game and mom on the thing is very
Right.
season 1-ish.
Yeah. Yeah.
There's a nice I like having.
Yeah, I mean, we got to as much as we got to. And that's the other cool thing about animation is like it's still difficult to do, but you can change locations without it costing, $2 million like it has to on a live action show.
It only costs $1 million.
Yeah, you said that already.
Yeah.
Walter and Perry.
That's right. Put a little of them in.
Yeah.
So we started to have our kind of rules. We got to get a little bit of them in.
Yeah.
To make sure and bookend the whole
Yeah,
thing.
a little McGurk over credits gag here, right?
Yeah.
Is this?
Yeah.
Yeah, I love this scene.
Oh, this is just one of those things with Adelberg, the
Yeah.
man of every job that we were still kind of keeping alive.
Yeah. This audio is really
Yeah.
funny, and this is probably it's completely improvised, right?
Yeah,
This is just
complete-
fucking around.
and
Yeah.
probably
Yeah.
there's a probably 20-minute version that's really funny that exists somewhere.
Yeah.
I wouldn't say 20, maybe it's 7 minutes.
Fenton's naked mom.
But yeah, but this is for us. It was a really fun, strong start to the season.
Yeah.
And the worst part was like, okay, now we have to top ourselves.
Right, which
And
you will
which
see.
we never did.
None good no do.
We never did. All right.
Good no do.
That's the first one.
All
Enjoy the
right.
rest of the commentary.
Yeah.
Whoopity-doo.
Bing. Easy. No problem.
Easy, yeah.
The only thing we didn't do very well was the countdown.
Yeah.
That guy's screwed.
Well, yeah.